Left 4 Dead 2 is a mission-based, cooperative first-person shooter. I think that it's a genre-defining title that everybody needs to experience. And here's why. Left 4 Dead 2 is an incredibly straightforward first-person shooter. You and 3 friends choose a survivor, load into an old-school horror movie campaign, and try to see the end of it. It's a beautiful formula. The game is built in the same engine as games like Portal and Counter-Strike, which make it feel very fluid to move around and shoot. There's a lot that appeals to multiple interests, from immersive survival horror enthusiasts to a very active speedrunning community. So simple, and somehow so difficult to replicate. Absolutely timeless. Next, I'd like to touch on the story. There's actually quite a bit to unpack here. I remember my first playthrough of the original Left 4 Dead. It was over 15 years ago, and I remember listening to all the character voice lines, and it was very clear there was a subtle story to just about every campaign. It's definitely in the background, though. I'd highly recommend checking out some YouTubers that cover the plot of each campaign to get filled in. If you have the time to do that, it can really add to the experience, in my opinion. If you don't, the majority of the story is told through the voice lines and the wall graffiti, which I think also does a pretty good job. Something that I believe to be important in every video game is the visual presentation. Left 4 Dead may not be pushing the boundaries of graphical processing power, but it has a flavorful aesthetic that's easy on the eyes. From the different lighting across the campaigns of the first and second game, to the approximate 100 different death animations that Infected have, I still get momentarily captured in the atmosphere that's created around me. One of my favorite visual aspects of the game is the way that the weapons sit in your character's hands and the reload animations. There may be a tinge of nostalgia there, but regardless, in 2025 I'm still impressed by what this game has to offer. If you know anything about the variable difficulty in Left 4 Dead, then I assume you have a lot of positive things to say about this topic. As you do better during your runs, the game becomes more difficult with horde density, special spawns, and tank spawns. I think that it's mind-boggling that the basis for this system was launched with the franchise during the George W. Bush administration, and it's still one of the best any genre of games has to offer. Not to mention the intentional difficulty options you have before you load into a campaign that drastically alters your team's entire approach to a play session. I cannot say enough positive things about this category. Lastly, I would like to dive into this title's game-specific category, which I chose to be replayability. Listen, here we are, me making a video about Left 4 Dead, and you watching a video about Left 4 Dead. 17 years later, across multiple communities, thousands of people re-download and boot up a game that they have already played for hundreds, if not thousands of hours. The base gameplay offers such an enticing loop that can provide a variety of experiences. Most campaigns take about 30 minutes. It's never difficult to just pop into a random lobby, shoot some infected, and have some fun. Stunning, immaculate, absolutely no notes. I'd like to say thanks for stopping by. I'd love to hear all your thoughts about Left 4 Dead 2 in the comments below. Also, if you have any games you recommend I review, feel free to drop them in the comments as well. See you later.